Well, I'm excited that you're here today. We're going to start right away with the game, and it's called Grizzly Bear. So let's go ahead and stand on up, and let's make a standing up circle. Great. Now, before we start playing our game, we need to learn the song. So there are parts in our song that are quiet, and there are parts of our song that are louder. So I'm going to sing it, and if you've heard this before, go ahead and start to sing along with me. And it goes like this. A grizzly bear is sleeping in a cave. Grizzly bear, oh, grizzly bear is sleeping in a cave. Please be very quiet, very, very quiet. If you wake him, if you shake him, he'll be very mad. Right. Now, what happened with our voices as we got to the end of that song, Ethan?
Got louder.
Louder, very loud at the end. And what happened in the middle? Do you remember what happened in the middle?
Quiet.
We got softer. So this time through, I think I need a volunteer to be the grizzly bear. How about Isaac? Do you want to be the grizzly bear? Why don't you come up here into the middle? And you're going to close your eyes, no peeking. You can even cover your eyes up. And your job is going to be to keep your eyes closed until the very end of our song. When we say, he'll be very mad, then you're going to open your eyes and you're going to try to catch someone moving. Now, the rest of us, while he's got his eyes closed, we're going to walk. We're actually going to move in a circle, and we're going to sing our song together. Make sure your voice is matching mine. If it's softer, we're softer. If my voice is louder, it's louder. And then at the end, you're going to try to make sure that you freeze, or at least you don't move when the grizzly bear is watching you. Okay, try to be a little sneaky. All right, you ready, grizzly bear? Okay, keep those eyes closed, no peeking. All right, ready? We're gonna move in a circle. Grizzly bear, a grizzly bear is sleeping in a cave. Grizzly bear, a grizzly bear is sleeping in a cave. Please be very quiet, very, very quiet. If you wake him, if you shake him, he'll be very mad. You see anyone else? Oh, pretty sneaky. I want to teach you a little bit more about dynamics in music today. So just as with the grizzly bear game, we were singing loud sounds and soft sounds. That is what we call dynamics in music. Now, the piece we're going to listen to today is called In the Hall of the Mountain King. This is by a composer named Edvard Grieg. Now, we're focusing on the volume, the soft sounds, the loud sounds, the in-between sounds. So that's what I want you to start listening for today as we begin to listen to this piece. What level is this? Is this loud or soft?
Soft.
Sounds like a bear. Sounds like something is sneaky. Good. Now listen. Listen for what happens. Do you think it's getting softer, or do you think it's getting a little louder? Okay.
Maybe faster.
Now, I'm going to pause it here, and I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit in the music. You told me that it sounds pretty soft. I wonder what this section will sound like. We're going to skip ahead a little bit. What do you think? What do you think is happening now? Ethan?
It's like a different beat and volume.
It's getting louder. Does it sound like it's getting busier? It's getting faster. Let's listen a little bit longer. Why don't we actually pat that beat? Because I think you're right. I think it's getting a little bit faster. Can you pat your hands together? Or even pat your legs. Not to stop it, it's such an exciting place, but I want to show you some of the dynamic markings that we're going to be learning about today. So I think you actually heard quite a few of those in that example. Actually, Livy, could you hold that for me? All right, so this first one over here is piano. Now, I want you to say that for me. Piano?
Piano.
Good. Piano means quiet. So if you were supposed to play or sing your music piano, you would be singing at a whisper level. So very quiet, just like the beginning of this piece. Does that make sense? Now let's look at the next one. This one, MP, stands for mezzo piano. Can you say that? Mezzo piano is more like your inside voice. So that's just a little bit louder than piano. The next level is mezzo forte. Can you say that? Mezzo forte is like using your normal voice. If you're just talking to someone in the same room, that would be mezzo forte. The next one, we're getting a little bit louder here, is called forte. Can you say that? Forte would be loud. This would be singing with a louder voice or playing your instrument with a louder sound. Forte means loud. Did that sound somewhat like we heard on our recording? Yes, that was getting pretty loud. But even more than that, this is called, do you know what it's called?
Fortissimo.
Fortissimo. Fortissimo would be shouting or singing or playing your instrument very loudly. Now, these next two symbols are really interesting. Sometimes our dynamics don't just change just like that from piano to forte. Sometimes it's more gradual, as if you were listening to the radio or a CD player and you turn that volume dial up, up, up. That is this symbol right here. That's called crescendo. Can you say that?
Crescendo.
Good. And now the opposite of crescendo is this symbol. Do you know what that's called?
Diminuendo.
Diminuendo or decrescendo. Can you say that? Decrescendo. Good. And diminuendo. Now that means to get softer and softer and softer. So some musical pieces, maybe for instance Grizzly Bear, remember when our voices got softer in the middle? That would be a decrescendo. And then towards the end, our voices got louder, and that's called a what?
Crescendo.
Crescendo.